Lolpi. Recently, my mother's nipple piercing got stuck in the drain of a washing basin.
You are aware that we're recording right now.
Fuck!
Okay, that's the best failure until now. That's
the intro.
Your starting line could be hello and welcome to the YouTuber's Live Game Recommendation.
Starting line could be hello and welcome to the podcast. Today we are joined with Silver Prince and Illiarch. Illiarch is going to run the show. My name is Michael Lolpi and I'm giving it over to you, Illiarch. Hello Illiarch, how are you today?
Well, I'm good.
You're good.
Pretty okay.
Yeah. You were apparently forced into talking with Silver Prince about YouTuber's life and interview him about the game.
Yeah, you told me to come on Discord to play some games, and now we're doing this. So we have Silver Prince.
Hello Silver Prince, and how are you? Welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm great. I hope.
That's good.
Believe,
Being great, he's good.
I
So,
guess.
you've played a bunch of YouTuber's Life.
Yeah, I rushed
Michael
through
has
it
too?
one night. That's about all I can say about it.
Yeah. So
Well,
have you been
except
playing-
everything you can ask me.
Have you played games like this one before?
Yeah, Game Dev Tycoon would be an example, but this is really the next, gameplay generation of that kind of genre. The produce some kind of digital content and sell it.
Yeah. It's going way more meta.
And also, you have a lot more influence on what you're going to do.
How so?
Because, when you make the video, you first have to decide on the station, then you start recording it, and after
And
you
the
start
station,
recording
station
it,
is what?
you go to the computer, and there you choose which settings to use for the computer, and with those settings you create or you set up, then you start filming the video where you just get these puzzle pieces where you decide on responses you're going to use.
Alright.
Then when you give this response, it's going to give you points and of different types, and you have to combine these to make a good video. But at the same time, the pieces you get have to fit together, or you're gonna get a different kind of penalty.
So if
It's
they're out of context, it doesn't give you.
No.
It gives you less points.
it's like you get a small sequence, like it's narrated, so it says that a cutscene comes up, and you can have a response, like a singing comment or a nasty comment or whatever comment, but dependent on whether the comment you're going to say is a content marker or a transition. So depends on the cutscene. So it's going to fit together, and if it doesn't, you get a penalty. Also, every card you're going to use has a certain amount of points plus a bonus that you have, which says that if you have a certain amount of bonus, that means that all your cards is +2 or +3. Plus that some of the sequences you get in games gets ×2 or ×3 markers. So if I have a script ×3 in the scene, and and it's a cutscene, and I choose a cutscene with a singing comment, and that specific cutscene I choose has a not ×2, but has 4 or a high amount of a script in it. It's the high amount plus my bonus times whatever bonus is on the content you are making.
So essentially, if you avoid getting the penalty repeatedly, you're going to have a very high multiplier.
No, that's not how it works. It's more like you get the multipliers at random, but there's a higher chance that you get the multipliers if you, as I understand it, that there is a higher chance to get the multipliers if you.
Yeah.
if you do it correctly.
And your skill also improves on the general, like the general
I would call it
content
stats.
itself.
It's
Yeah.
the character skill stat, I imagine.
Yes.
So basically, the higher your own personal, stuff
Knowledge
is,
of the game.
well, your characters, stuff.
Right.
The higher that is, the higher the chance is that you produce something good, or at least you get a bonus to it. Create. Well, I'm blurping out there, but the things you have, you get a bonus to. With the level you have in that certain thing, like script, performance, video editing, sound, or post-production. Post-production being the last phase before sending it online. And
Right.
Post-production is a bit tricky to make.
well, it's like you have to do a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. So the way post-production works is that when you get a bit into the game, not in the start, but when you get a bit into the game, you always have a starting
Massive.
scene, so a starting clip and a ending clip. So
So essentially an intro and an outro.
yes,
that you
an
have
intro and an outro, and you always get those cards. So you always get an intro card and an outro card in the start and the end of every game session, or vlog session or interview session. Thing being that the intro is always that there's 3 arrows in the post production when you have to cut it together. There's a top arrow and there's a bottom arrow. So everything except from the intro and the outro has a top arrow, not a top arrow, but has a arrow going in from the from the left side into the right, and has a arrow pointing right. And
Out, and
pointing
it can be
out and
one or
out.
two.
But the intro always has a top arrow pointing right.
Yeah.
Only
So
one.
essentially, you have this jigsaw puzzle.
Yes. And the outro always has a bottom arrow pointing in from the left. So
Yeah.
that means that those two would never be able to fit together. You have to get the rest to fit together, and if you doesn't, you get some red arrows, and all red arrows is a penalty or a minus in your editing, and all green arrows is a plus. So you get minus from red arrows and get plus from green arrows, which means again that you can get a pretty big penalty if you are not able to make the jigsaw puzzle fit together.
Would you say that this is complicated to learn?
It is not complicated to learn because it shows you pretty easily that the things fit together, and if
Right.
they doesn't, you just does not progress in the game, and you have to study some more at home as your mom. And which brings me to how the game actually starts. If you
Yeah.
it's a bit tricky, but it starts as you're this 16-year-old YouTuber doing high school, and you have to study, and if you doesn't study, your mom takes your computer. And
So would you say that the start of the game makes a point about being a YouTuber?
it does. It seriously makes a point. Like as many YouTubers starts out, they have to do general regular school, and YouTube will never be a thing that they can live off. And it's really hard to go there. I think that a problem with the game is that it doesn't actually tell you how hard it is to actually become a YouTuber, because you can start uploading the first 10 videos, study 10 times in a month, and after that month, after your first exam, you can then just make a bit more videos, go to, I think it's a G3 or whatever, and after G3 you get the opportunity to move into your own apartment, and you can live on YouTube from there.
Yeah, but I've right now made 7 videos. Wait, 8, and and all of a sudden I already have like 4,900 subscribers after like 8 videos. It's sped up.
It's just too sped up, because after I made my 100th video, I still doesn't have that many subscribers. So either I'm doing something wrong,
Sounds
or
like you are.
you think I'm doing everything wrong. Yeah, but that's just how the game is compared to real YouTube. But even though you need at least 1 million views on fucking every video, and you have to make a video every day to have a living of it. If you doesn't, the YouTube doesn't provide you with that much money, and that's not a lie. Unless you have a product placement or have a network which provides you with help.
It takes a lot to get a lot.
It takes a fucking lot to get just a bit. So you can't make a living of YouTube just like you do in the game.
No, I get
No.
that. Like,
That's
there is a
that's
requirement, but like there was this person
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago said that put a like a subscriber minimum and a view minimum for somebody to make it livable, and that lies around 60,000
Okay.
subscribers on average for daily uploaders.
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. That might be possible. Can't say.
Although it wouldn't be a very happy life, as you notice in YouTubers' life when you just move out your
Yes.
shit, I
Oh
don't
my
make
God.
enough of my videos.
For first time you just move out like, oh my god, I have to pay for food. Oh my god, I don't have to study, but I have to pay for my courses. Oh my god, I have to pay rent. And like, how many videos do I have to make a month to sustain my life? Actually, I think that a problem with the game is that 1 second in our world is 1 hour in the game, and it implies that of course it takes a long time to record a game and edit it and get it up there, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take a day to record a game. It's just
No, it doesn't
because
take
the
24
most
hours.
YouTubers to imply that I understand why they did it, because I use like 1 hour to record the game, but then I'm busted for the rest of the fucking life. And if I then have to, or rest of the day, but if I then have to edit it and not send it out in the world to somebody else to do it for me, then I have to wait a day or two before I start editing the game footage, and then again I have to wait a day or two before I think that I'm ready to upload whatever I have. Which implies that it generally, for me personally, takes around a week to make a gaming video, just from one video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So depending on how much editing you want to do, it can be very time consuming.
Yes. And in the game, if you can't decide whether you want to do one or the other, then you're screwed. And you're using too much time on it, and then you are not uploading in time, and people unsubscribe, and
then you go bankrupt.
this is like real life, okay? So I think they
And-
nailed it.
Yeah. And then you have to live off of sugar water for the rest of the month.
Yes, which you can. And bread.
Yeah, you've tried it multiple times.
Yes. So, which you can. You can in the game. You have to pay for food, unless you
Except for bread and water.
except for bread and water. It's free all the way through the game, which I can't understand, because you can't survive on this, and it should cost money. It should at least cost $1.
Yeah. But I also feel like it would be good if you were given like an advantage for eating different kinds of food.
Yeah,
Like that you would
To
get
keep
some
your
kind
health
of-
up.
What?
To keep your health up.
yeah. There should
Yeah,
be a
health
health
Not,
bar
bar.
not
also.
necessarily health, but maybe, some creativity in your life, some happiness. Because no one gets happier from anything than the first diet. Sponsored by a random
Honestly-
diet company.
Honestly, I think it would just make too many things to manage.
No, but it would be like there is no penalty if you just eat one food the entire time. But if you would eat diverse, you would get like this creative bonus. Because it's not that hard. You click order, eat, and then you have stocked up about on 100 food items near the end of the game.
Only 12.
Right. So that's a suggestion for.
Yes, this.
So, in closing thoughts, what do you think about the game? In short.
It's fun until you start to get how the game works, and then it starts becoming very repetitive at that point. It starts becoming more of a, yeah, I've done this before. It's starting to become a chore near the end.
Yeah. So you don't learn anything new. Like they don't introduce new concepts.
Well, they introduce like high roller versions of the content they already introduced, like
Yeah.
events. The only thing in late game that is really introduced, which catched my eye, was that you could become part of a like what's
YouTube
it called
network.
again?
A network.
community. Yeah, network. Yeah, that's the only part which like the only real thing they add in later in the game to my feeling.
And the YouTube network is broken as hell. So the thing is, I have to say something about the YouTube network, just to imply why I think it's so broken. You have to go to free special events or VIP events, but those doesn't occur often enough. You have to go to business events. Those doesn't occur often enough. So that means that you are thrown out of the YouTube networks all the time. You have to switch between the best and the next best. In order to earn money, so you can live.
Yeah. One thing on that though, like the like protection for copyright is pretty dope. Like 90% protection for copyright. At some point you'll be like, yeah guys, try to fix this. Oh, you can fix it. I'll just pay the $200 fine because I'm gonna make 10,000 out of this. Like I don't give a shit.
I don't
At
give
some
a shit.
point, like copyright strike me all you like. I don't care.
I have millions at that point.
Yeah.
So, considering how much time of you got, would you think? Like 10 hours? It was fun. Silver. It sounds like it was.
Could you repeat the question?
For how long was the game engaging for you?
Well, up about the point where you could start having like people work for you, like make videos. That was the point where it started getting less for me, since it like started becoming repetitive at that point. You would get somebody to help you make content for your channel, but at that point it starts becoming like it's just like every other game where you have an AI companion you can send on missions. It feels like that after a while.
Yeah. So it really adds nothing. You think? But it was a cool concept,
Well,
maybe.
in the beginning, it seems like an interesting feature, but after a while, it becomes a meaningless task to rapidly increase your funds. And this is the point of the game where I started feeling grindy. Like at that
Yes.
point of the game, I started feeling like this is more grinding than actual playing a game.
I love
Yeah.
grinding.
So there's no real end goal, other than just
The
make-
end goal.
things
Make
better.
video, put like make content, make the right combination, put together jigsaw puzzles, post it. That's about everything you do near the end.
Yeah.
At least in the way I played it.
The end goal is to go to a space station before the number 2 YouTuber and become the number 1 YouTuber. That is the end goal of the game. The problem is because Silver says that he thinks that when he makes his collaborators do his videos, and I do that a lot. I think that it's much easier to make them do the thing. I like automation, for example. And you can see that when I play other games, when they give me an opportunity to automate anything, like a collaborator, he's going to make my videos for me, then I doesn't have to do it. Just throw it away. But the problem is that if you are going to in the game, then start making a video. So like I say that my collaborator is you go make a video for me, and then I go make a video. if he's done before me, I have to be totally done and not doing anything else with video before I'm able to review his video. I can't just stop. In real life, if I was sitting and editing something and Philip was writing to me and saying, hey, go look at this, I would then totally be able to switch my mind, because I'm not a computer, over to what Philip says, and like, oh, do this, or I can accept this, and then go back. You can't do that in YouTuber's Live. So it's pretty buggy that why am I not supposed or able to say to my collaborator, which I pay, why can't I send him to do a video while I'm doing a video? Why do I have to send him and then me in this particular order? That is my
so
question.
you'd like more multitasking?
I like more multitasking. I like that if I am going to make a video, my collaborator is still able to make a video. And not like he has to make a video, or he has to get the order to make a video before I order my own character to make a video. I'm sorry, but I am the overhead character here. I am the from top to bottom controller of this world. I can say, click on man, make video, he makes a video. Click on man, make video, he makes a video. And seriously, if my employees wasn't able to make videos on their own, I would totally just fire the ass out of them.
Or if the content wouldn't be adequate.
So,
yes, that's my thoughts.
Would you recommend getting the game?
What do you say, Silver? Would you recommend?
I would say find somebody who has it, go over to them to play it, then never touch it again. Because after a couple of hours, it's so repetitive that it feels grindy. And if there's one thing I hate, is grinding. So if you don't like grinding, don't play this game.
I would say that I want to wait until the version E9 comes out, 09, of course. So when the alpha 0.9 comes out, I think that I will play it again. I've only played it for 22 hours, just trying to go to space and never managed to go there. And it was just like, why am I doing this? This game is buggy and it's laggy, like clicking on things and jumping around in camera views, and no. I can't go to space because I can't earn money fast enough, because my collaborators can't think by themselves, and I'm not able to make videos because the game is too glitched to that. I need this multitasking feature. But I really like the game. It was nearly just switching my brain away from everything else. Had to say to myself, no, I have to edit video in real life instead of in YouTuber's life. I have to do real life YouTube. I'm sorry. That's just how I had it. Like,
Yeah.
But again, being a YouTuber is hard enough. Playing a game
without a simulation of a simulation.
Oh.
Of a simulation.
Simulating your own life and filming it and posting it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a glass house project, only digital.
Yes. So this is apparently what we had to do today. Silver, I will really say thank you for joining us for this small podcast interview thing about the beautiful game, and thanks to Illiarch for interviewing us all. And
My pleasure.
What?
My pleasure.
Your pleasure. And as always, remember to follow, like, comment, subscribe, and share on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and Twitch.
Don't forget the other ones.
There are no other ones.
There are other ones. Illiarch, give him the list. I do have to go back to Christmas.
My name is Lolpi, and this was Welcome to the Podcast. to do this anymore.
What about e-fucked in Pornhub and stuff?
Yeah, that was just things.
Adult friend finder.
Yeah, that was. We need that list again.
I have it. I'm going to find it. It's right here.
Alright, you have that list. Next time you have to say the entire list again.
Not until we do a real podcast.
Yeah.
That's
we
fine.
We would need 4 people for that.
We are 4 people.
Well, one wasn't saying anything.
She's trying.
We're 4 people in theory, but not really.
Unless you count my split personality.
She was able to hear you all
Which
the
I don't
time.
have. Yeah, but she didn't
I
talk.
just haven't played YouTubers live because I actually have a real life.
She talks about real life.
Yeah, and you spend that real life pretending to be a fantasy character.